Alrighty, kids, it's time for me to shut the hell up and do the video. Yay, I'm back. Yay. Like the video if you want to. Subscribe if you want to. Road to 10K. Yeah. Nobody, literally nobody asked for my opinion on this matter, but I honestly don't give a shit, and I'm pretty sure y'all don't give a shit either. So, here's my honest opinion on all of the Spider-Man movies. Yay. Cause, Across the Spider-Verse comes out today. Or at least the day I'm making this. I don't know when the fuck y'all watching this. But yeah. But yeah. So we gonna go in chronological order. Cause that makes the most sense. So yeah, we gonna start at Spider-Man 1 with Mr. Tobey Maguire. So for Spider-Man 1 with Tobey, personally, I think the movie's mid. But, Pluto. Tobey is the best Spider-Man though. He was the first. Let me stop you right there, Buckaroo. He is not the best Spider-Man. He might be like number two, but he's not the best. Y'all are blinded by nostalgia if you think Tobey's the best. Tobey's acting was way worse than most. Well, Tobey's acting in the first movie, I'd say, is the worst acting in all the other Spider-Man movies. He was dry, he was bland, and just boring in my opinion. And don't get me started on that ugly ass Negro MJ. I'm telling you, that motherfucker looked like Jack Skellington if he had chlamydia and 7 DUIs. She was for the entire highway. Ain't no street was left uncrossed for her. But let's not talk about that whore. 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 I'm getting off track. But Toby Spidey was actually pretty enjoyable in the first movie, so that gives it like a +2 rating for me. In my most humblest opinion, the best part of this movie were the villains. William Dafoe did an absolutely great part. He never failed to keep my eyes locked on the screen. And Doc Ock as a villain was okay. But overall, I give this movie like a 6 nigga chins out of 10. So yeah, on to Spider-Man 2 and 3. Yeehaw, buddy. You better get back to the fields, boy. Yeah. To be honest, Spider-Man 2 isn't very like memorable. Like nothing really interesting happened. Well, for me at least. So there's not really anything I could report on. It's just like an extension of Spider-Man 1, and that's it. It doesn't really feel like its own movie or a sequel at all. It just kind of feels like it should have been in Spider-Man 1. So I guess 4 nigga chins out of 10. Nothing really I can report on. But yeah, on to Spider-Man 3. Speaking of Spider-Man 3, for me, this is the best Spider-Man out of all of Tobey's movies. You know, in his career Spider-Man movies. Is where we get to see all these symbiote. Is where we get all these symbiote TikTok edits and Eddie literally preying on Peter's downfall, which is like a cinematic masterpiece. It was perfect. The intro of Eddie was pretty clean. Personally, though, I think they really didn't need to introduce Gwen. But my nigga Toby pimp slap MJ, so that's all I need to see. I give this movie a 9.7 nigga chins out of 10. On to Mr. Andrew, okay? Sir Andrew the Fifth. Now, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 is one of my favorites because Andrew Spidey was exactly what I expected Spider-Man to act like. He was crawling like a spider over the lizard, mid-fight, might I add. He was mad aggressive after Uncle Ben's death, straight mixes to every blonde guy with a star tattoo. Well, without one. Even without the symbiote, he didn't even have it. He was just aggressive. He literally made a web, a actual fucking spider web, and tracked the lizard with it. And his whole parents' backstory and everything was just like a great addition to the movie. I don't know why people hate on Andrew. I mean, besides his, Rainbow Ranger escapade he's been up to lately. But yeah, I say this movie was pretty top tier, but not as good as Spider-Man 3. So I just say like a 8.9 nigga chins out of 10. Yeah, a good 8.9 nigga chins. Now for The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I have mixed feelings about this movie. But before we continue with that, let me just take a moment to show you exactly what Andrew fumbled. Literally. Enough of that. But yeah, RP Gwen, Andrew fumbled, but motherfucker Electro, I don't know if that's the name or not. I think I'll remember. But yeah, Electro was a W ass villain. His backstory and his whole upbringing was kind of iffy. But yeah, all I say is probably say like a top three Andrew villain. I think he only did have three villains. That's kind of sad. I do feel like Gwen's death could have 100% been avoided, and it was just unnecessary to be honest. So like, yeah, but Andrew's Peter is really good for like a movie, but comic accuracy is a bit off. But who cares about that? So good, 9.6 nigga chins out of 10. 9.6, best we have yet. Wait, uh, nope, nope. Spider-Man 3 has zero point 0.1 points over it. But on to Mr. Tom Holland, the British man. Okay, for Tom's first two movies, I'll just group those together because the first movie isn't really like rememberable. I mean, the Vulture and his backstory was okay, I guess, but I feel like the most of the movie was just cringe more than anything, to be honest. But the homemade suit was cool, so like six nigga chins out of 10 for Homecoming. For Far From Home, Mysterio and his betrayal was just great, and the lead onto No Way Home was done just greatly. And Tom's internal conflict dealing with Tony's death was just like so great in all honesty. I think Far From Home competes with No Way Home and Spider-Man 3, but Tom's Peter isn't really all that, to be honest. His Spidey's funny though, so I give it like a 9.6 nigga chins out of 10 too. So yeah, on to what y'all are all waiting for. Far From Home. In all honesty, great movie. The events could have all been avoided if Peter just left Doctor Strange alone while he was doing the spell, but of course they had to make a movie. But the introduction of old villains and even seeing some comic villains in the cracks in the sky when they were trying to fix the spell, like Superior Spider-Man and others, were just a great detail to be added into the movie. Only flaw I have with this movie is that all the Spideys didn't have enough screen time altogether. But once again, William Dafoe, in my opinion, was the best part of the movie. So for No Way Home, I give it like a 9.8 nigga chins out of 10, and it dethroned Spider-Man 3 in the rankings. Let me just tell you again. Don't get mad at me. It's my fucking opinion. If you got a different opinion, make your own video. I don't really care. Do what you want to do. Oh shit! God damn! I almost forgot about Into the Spider Verse. But Miles' introduction was great. I think Uncle Aaron and his death was top tier. But what I think could have done better was make Miles more intact with his black side because they only really focus on his Hispanic side in the movie. But that's just my opinion though. And all in all, Into the Spider Verse and them going actually into the Spider Verse and seeing all the Spider people was great. Gwen was bad, so enough said. She was bad. 9.4 out of nigga chins just for Gwen. 9.4 out of 10 nigga chins. All right, so yeah, I guess that's my 2 cents that nobody asked for. But yeah, if you want these movie reviews to be like a series, it will. I can promise you that because the next movie, well, review will be about Fast and Furious. I don't know about all of them because they got 10 movies. I'll probably split that up in 3-part series. But yeah, like the video if you haven't, and subscribe, bro, to 10K. Thank you very much for listening to my very weird antics about Spider-Man.